What a year. Today is February 7th, 2025, and I just had my 1 year follow up with my neurologist after being diagnosed with MS. So, what I'd like to do is go through and explain my journey of being diagnosed and um, wrapping my mind around that diagnosis and what I did once I got the diagnosis for any people out there who have been diagnosed with MS, either recently or previously, or you have a family member or a loved one who's dealing with this. I felt that it would be helpful to lay out my journey, what happened. It is a crazy journey, fair warning. So, but right now, what I'd like to do is talk about the past year because I just had my follow up from that diagnosis. So, in January 2024, I had an appointment on January 25th, and I went to my neurologist to follow up from the brain MRI he had ordered. I think it was somewhere around January 19th. And I, showed up. Fortunately, my husband was with me and sat down. And it just so happened I had a horrible migraine on this day, which is unusual. I don't normally get migraines or headaches. Just so happened to have one this day, and it was really bad. So I was kind of half able to listen and process what the doctor was telling me about. I've been clinically diagnosed with MS and it's secondary progressive, and his recommendation is to get on disease modifying therapies, and his drug of choice for me is Ocrevus. And I'm like, okay. I'd known a little bit about the therapies that were out there, the more recent ones. So I was brought in a lot of paperwork and was signing some things, releases, and information about getting set up on Ocrevus. And the doctor wanted me to do some blood work because you need a baseline for before getting started on disease modifying therapies. And despite my massive migraine, I went and got the blood work done. It's in the same office complex. Got in the car, we drove home. It was probably around 11 o'clock at that time. When we got home, I had not eaten breakfast, so I had about half a shake, and just the migraine I had was absolutely massive. So I was taking my blood pressure, and as I had been having high blood pressure readings for about the last 9 or 10 months, I had noticed. And took my blood pressure, and it was 198 over 120 at its highest point on that day. And I said, we need to go to the emergency department, which we did. And long story, we were there. They triaged me right away, got some baseline EKG, and um, put me out in the waiting room. And I can't remember, there was something going on with the resurgence of COVID, or it was the flu. I'm not sure, but they asked all family members to please leave and just left the patients in the waiting room. It was extremely busy on that day. And I um, went through all the tests. They did a X-ray, um, pulled some blood, and everything checked out fine. And they didn't know the reason for my very high blood pressure. It had come down somewhat, and they released me in the afternoon. So, what I want to do is explain from that day going forward what I did once I got this diagnosis. So, let's get into it.